Got you with your coffee in your hand, darling.
Good morning. And it is morning. It's like 8:30. So I wanted to come on early. I'm going to be cooking a ham today. And this is a big ham. It's a half of a ham that we call, oh, I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, y'all. And I'm going to show you, when we get a ham this big, I use it in so many different ways. As you can see, Roy has already taken a sharp knife, and let me take this little cover off. He has already cut me a ham steak, and it's about what, 3/4 of an inch thick, honey? Half inch thick. And I'm going to be cooking this a little bit later with pineapple. I'm going to show you how I make my ham steaks. Sometimes do it different ways, different times. But and then this morning, he's fixing to come over. He's about to come over. And he is going to cut some slices for us, and we're going to have ham and eggs for breakfast. Then what's left, I was going to put it in my big Instapot, but it's so big it won't go in there. So I'm going to cook it. I'm going to bake it in the oven. I have a small, like 4-quart Instapot, and then I have like a 6-quart one. This one is so big around it won't go in, so I'm going to have to bake it in the oven because I don't want to cut it in half because I want it whole when I bake it. But as you can see where he's already cut it, the bone, he cuts around the bone here. But then after he cuts the pieces off for breakfast, it's still going to be a lot of ham left. And then when I bake this in the oven, then I will put my ham bone in the freezer and I'll make soup or stew. So that is 4 different ways that we're going to use this one piece of ham. Where I'm going to fry some for breakfast. I'm going to do a ham steak with pineapple, and I'm probably going to bake this with pineapple juice because that's just the way I like my baked hams. And I'm going to bake it, and then I'm going to use the bone for soups or stews or whatever. So I have my little cast iron skillet on low, and I have the one I'm going to fry my eggs, because once he cuts this, it's going to just take me a minute to fry it up in the skillet and cook our eggs. So I'm going to take the camera, let him come over here, and he's going to show you how he's going to cut this and how he cuts around the bone. So if y'all find a big ham, and we found this one like it was on sale. It was like what, $1 and what? Something?
$1.25 a pound.
$1.25 a pound. Can y'all believe that? And it's a big ham, and more than we can eat at one time. So it's cheap meat, and it's delicious though. It's really good. So he's fixing to come, and he's fixing to show you how. I wish we had let y'all watch him do the ham steak, but we did that yesterday, so and I didn't even think about it. So I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to let him show you how he's going to cut it, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to cook it. Okay, baby. You can see the bone. You can see where he cut the ham steak, but look at all that. All right, I'm going to get up close so y'all can.
We usually start by running this through a sharpener.
Yeah, you're going to show my sharpener? We've got a couple of sharpeners. It's right there, baby, on top. Yeah. We've got a couple of sharpeners that we use.
And if you've ever tried to use one of these sharpeners, that just tabletop sharpeners, if the knife already has an edge, if it's already fairly sharp, and then you're just resharpening, don't push down hard, and don't do a lot of strokes. Do 3 to 6 strokes like I'm doing, just straight across it, and stop, because all you're wanting to do is put your edge back on it, which I just did. It's real sharp.
That's a really sharp knife.
Now, if it's never been sharpened, you may have to do this for a while if it's just a dull knife.
Hold that knife up, baby. All right. I wanted to see turned around. I wanted to move your hand. Yeah. Y'all see this knife? This knife is 50 years old.
Probably.
We used to sell Miracle Made cookware back in the late 60s, early 70s, so I guess that would make it 40 something. And this knife was part of a knife set that we used for hostess gifts and different things. And that is one of the best knives that I have ever had. It's wonderful. It was put out, the cookware was put out by West Bend. And Roy was a manager in that company, and we sold cookware.
You were giving more information.
That's been 100 years ago. Isn't
Nobody's
it,
asking for all that information.
That's been 100 years ago. So, but that is, well, I love that knife. And Marie, if you're watching this, I bet you still have yours too. That's our sister-in-law. So, okay,
right,
honey.
Let me just tell you one thing about these hams. These are smoked hams. This one came from Food Depot. Especially after the holidays, there'll be some left over. If you've got freezer room, get 2 or 3 of them. I bought as many as 6 at one time because it'd be down around a quarter, depending on dollar and a quarter, and depending on how much space I had in my freezer. But with food prices what they are right now, this is a good way for you to help on your meat cost. Is to buy these. Just watch them when you go through the grocery store. They go up and down 50, 75 cents a lot of times. And when they do,
we have found them for 99 cents. Not recently, but
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get
what
close.
we do a lot of times is just slice this whole thing up. I'll just slice this whole thing up, and she puts it in individual packs for one meal at a time, and they'll just keep. But she wanted this one about a ½ inch thick.
Yeah.
So I'll just cut through.
Just enough for our
Down
baby.
to the
Move
bone.
your coffee. It's spilling.
It's
It's
spilling.
sloshing over. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay because it's on a plastic thing. Okay.
All right, and there's really nothing to it, but
You got to move your hand.
you've got a
That's
sharp
it.
knife.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I'm at a wrong angle. Right.
well, it's just hard
Yeah, it
to
is.
show you cutting and handle it too. I guess I can hold on to the bone. Just cut a nice
But I
cut
just want
through there,
enough for us one piece apiece for breakfast.
and I'll just usually follow the muscles, and then I'll cut it out.
Cut around the bone. Roy's my carver. He's the one that does my meat cutting for me. Now you can take this to the butcher at your grocery store,
Or you
and while it's still, if it's frozen, and or if it's not frozen, and
Okay.
he will slice it up any way that you want it.
Yeah, and sometimes you find whole hams the same way, and a lot of times at Christmas and Thanksgiving you can find fresh hams the same way. We do the same thing when they're on sale, especially right now. It'll be cheaper than chicken. If it's cheaper than chicken, that's the normal staple. So you just
Put it on, yeah, right there. See?
about like that.
Yep. I'm gonna fry this up in the pan. I'm gonna let you watch me. Okay.
And that's some really.
That is
Really
good.
good.
That is really
It's
really
already
good meat.
smoked. This one is.
Yeah.
But you can also season it up with different seasonings. Delicious. Put some barbecue sauce on it.
And as you can see,
good.
I still got a big piece of ham that I'm gonna put in the oven. So I'm gonna hand him back the camera, and we're gonna fry this up. Fry us a couple of eggs, and we're gonna be ready to eat. Now, when I fry our eggs, we only eat like one. Sometimes Roy will eat two, but most of the time we just eat one apiece. I fry this in lard, because lard is good for you. Lard is better for you than any kind of these processed oils. So we use, and it's pure virgin oil that I use. So really all I'm gonna let this fry in my little trusty cast iron skillet here for just a minute. And I had these on so they were hot. But what I do is, Roy and I do not like runny yellows. He can take it better than I can. But I cannot take a yolk that is not completely done. So I will crack the yellow. And now I have a grandson who eats over easy. I don't have anybody that eats sunny side up, but I do have, and I have a great grandson that eats it over easy. So when they come, I cook that for them, and the way they like it. So I'm just frying these eggs in my hand, and I cut us a fresh apple. Roy and I really like, we use fresh apples. I'll cut us up one, especially with our breakfast. And we will use it as a piece of bread. Instead of a toast or a roll or something, we just use apple as our bread. And it's really, really good with ham and eggs. And sometimes usually I keep like cooked apples in the refrigerator. I've shown y'all how I do that. And if I had some this morning, that's what we would have had with this. But I didn't, so we're just using fresh this morning.
Have you ever shown them how you put cheese on top of my eggs?
No. Would you like cheese this morning?
Yeah, just show.
All right, let me
because
get it.
I love
Let me get it.
a white cheese, a non-cheddar. Cheddar doesn't go well with egg taste to me. I love cheddar, but it does. So we just use one of the other cheeses.
I don't have any Swiss. Swiss is usually what I use. I'm going to turn this egg on down. Swiss is usually what I use, but when I don't have that, this is pepper jack. He loves pepper jack.
Pepper jack.
And so do I.
It's good.
I do not like cheddar cheese on eggs, but I love a white cheese like pepper jack, Monterey Jack, something like that. Something that melts real easy and is not really strong. So I'm just...
But this really ups an egg.
And I don't have it in the shredding, so I have it in the block. Y'all, at Aldi's the other day, we found this. These 8-ounce packs of pepper jack cheese for $1.45. All the other cheeses were $2 or $1.99. But we found it for $1.45. So I use a lot of cheese, so I got like 8 of them. Okay. It doesn't take long to cook this ham. I turned the heat down a little bit. Doesn't that look good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm turning my eggs off, and I'm just going to let them sit here and this cheese kind of melt a little bit. It'll just take a minute. Some of them might come a little bit thick, but that's all right. Okay, put my ham right here. Y'all, this is going to be so good. I wish y'all were here.
Sometimes if you like meat rubs, like you use in your smokers or grill, that's good on this ham. Just if you like that flavor, you can try some of the different flavors in your kitchen. And
I don't like it when I'm eating an egg. Now, if I made it with vegetables, I do.
hey girl, you did pretty good.
Look at that. Y'all, look at that. Look at our breakfast. I want to get it really pretty because I got to take a picture. But look at that.
Turn an apple up. If you got a red, there you go.
I think this is Pink Lady apples. They came from I think these came from Aldi's.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
That looks edible to me, honey.
This is mine and Roy's breakfast, and we're not going to taste of it right now because y'all know how good this would be because I've got to take a picture from my thumbnail. But this is absolutely the best breakfast right here. And as you can see, it sure didn't take very long.
Gluten-free,
Gluten-free.
no sugar added. It is healthy.
It is very, very healthy, except the little bit that's in the ham. And we don't, that's fine with us. So, all right. Thank y'all for joining me. And I don't know if I'm going to leave this open so I can show y'all how I do my ham steak. It may be too long, so I may have a part 2. I think I'm just going to have a part 2 to this, so my video's not so long. So thank y'all for joining me. Roy and I are fixing to sit down and have a very, very good breakfast. We're going to get us another cup of coffee. Subscribe. Please share this video. That's how I get more subscribers. So please share the video and give me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you think this looks good. I don't know how you can't think it looks good because it's delicious. But we love y'all. Remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Love y'all. See you. I thought I'd come back on and show y'all Roy's plate.
Rose, that was unnecessary.
We're sitting at our little table in the kitchen, and this is his ham, eggs, because I didn't show y'all us tasting of it, and I just wanted to show y'all. This is my plate.
But I can't eat all that ham.
No, half of it's mine.
Well, that's too much.
See y'all in a little bit.